PTG, Proxy Table Gaming. I'm Hyper G. He's Lucky Sixes, looking like he's seen a ghost. Is there a ghost behind me?
Well, there's not a ghost, but oh my gosh, there's skeletons in the house.
Yes. Yes, there are. Lots of
What a
them in the
segue.
closet and otherwise.
What a segue. Well, yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
we're speaking about otherwise.
We are. Yes. These are skeletons of the, well, pretty peeved variety, really. They were
Hmm.
buried with their masters and now they've come back and they're still got to serve their masters. I mean,
Oh,
how
yeah.
annoying is that, right? I
When
mean,
does
you,
it
you would have
end?
thought. When does it end? Never. Yes, this is me playing a PTG 100 club battle against, oh, what's his name? Magic Circle? Circle
The Circle
Hippie?
Hippie.
Hippie Circle? Circle Hippie. I've called him so many varieties of
Hmm.
those two words over the last few
Magic
weeks.
Circle Hippies
Um,
is the.
Magic Circle Hippie is now his name. Yes, he challenged me to a game to get into the 100 club, which earns him ultimate respect in
Hmm.
PTG's world,
Absolutely.
because we do need help with our 100 club.
Yeah.
And I
Really
stepped
bad.
up for
Really
this
bad thing.
one. Really bad. Yes, force us to play some games. Uh, yes, I mean we'd love to get some on tabletop games, wouldn't
I
we? Because
know
we're
that's the
we're having
thing.
to play
Is it?
online a lot at the minute.
I'm
But
kind of holding out to try and find some like gaming days over the next month.
yeah,
Well, couple
locals.
of months. Um, but
By
it's hard because
local we mean England. It's
yeah, but
that far.
we've also played quite a lot of people, so we're like, I
Yes.
don't want to like say I don't want to play you, but we really need this
No.
100 club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All the people who are already in the 100 club are worthless to us. You know,
Yes,
we don't
absolutely.
want to play them. We've already
Yeah.
played them. They're nothing to us anymore.
But anyway,
But
we'll focus
yes,
on this one, and we'll get
we
some war
will.
games in afterwards. You are Orcs and Goblins.
I am Orcs and Goblins sticking green over the summer, now into autumn. Probably going to stick with them for another few weeks or months. This is the same list I played against Paul, which we reported on a few weeks back. So Warlord on a Grunter with the Brood Alpha on a Grunter as well. Brood Alpha on foot with the Feral Orcs, two Shamans, Adepts, one Pyro, one Shamanism. Big unit of Veteran Orc Marauders that the two Grunter Orc boy people go in. Those are the two Feral Orcs. The ones with the bows or the ones on without bows usually have the Shamans in them. Big unit of Iron Orcs, which are now good in this version of the game, so enjoying playing them. Although mine touch and go whether they're good. You know, they have good days
Yeah.
and bad days. So far, I've found out. Three Goblin Chariots will always be in. That's the Grotto Boys, of course. The Neophytes, number one pick on the team sheet, always will be at the
Hmm.
moment. So we'll see how they get on. I like my four Bridge Trolls. I'm really enjoying playing them as a
Okay.
chaff unit that
Yeah.
is a bit expensive for chaff, but I just throw it at the enemy and they have to deal with it. And often not,
Hmm.
it's too tough to actually deal with decisively. So I'm really
In one
enjoying
go,
that as a
right?
unit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, just resilient. They just stay there. They don't die.
Yeah.
And two units of Nash Dashers, which have been phenomenal. Love it. They're just
Good.
so good.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm
something
really
that's
enjoying
something
this
you've
list.
you've played for a little while and they've gone through a different
Mm.
iterations. You like that unit as a concept, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing this game in its various forms for like 8 odd years now.
Hmm.
I mean, played seventh edition Warhammer before that, so this is only
Yeah.
in the PTG time. And Orcs and Goblins been up and down over the years. This
Hmm.
is a version of the book I'm really enjoying. So yeah, this
Yeah.
is going well. Yeah.
In terms of UD,
Yep.
and yeah,
Hippie Circle Magic Man has that's really disrespectful, really, isn't it? But you know,
so disrespectful. Yeah.
so disrespectful. Yeah,
The
you know
Magic
me.
Man. He can be the
That's
Magic
it.
Man though. That's fine.
Yeah, the Hippie Magic Man.
The hippie Magic
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Is there no hippie in his name? It's Magic Circle, isn't it? I've made up the hippie part,
Circle
haven't I?
Hippie. The magic you've
Oh, there
made
is a
up.
hippie in there. See, even now I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Death Kill Horak on Evocation. He's got those lovely spells and the Hereditary, which I'm telling you what, I cannot get the hang of UD Hereditary. It kills me every time.
Oh, we haven't done the book
It's
review yet. That's why.
no, we haven't. No, yeah, exactly. I don't know any of the books that go beyond I in the alphabet yet, including Orcs. Um, three Nomarchs, all captain attached. The whole Deathless Noble thing. I mean, it makes the units really good. Like it buffs up their offensive skill, all that sort of stuff.
Mm.
It just makes normal skeletons good, basically. He spread them out throughout his units. I did know what they did at the time, and they all terrified me in terms of what they could do to their units. So bear that in mind.
Yeah.
3 blocks of skeleton warriors. One of them is the entombed, so it's going to be ambushing on. And yeah, the other units are where the nomarchs are going, basically.
Yeah.
He has another unit of skeleton archers as well. So all the skeletons, like you say, and some skeleton chariots, and then he's got some Shabti archers, which I think are really good in this version. Like their high strength shooting is just amazing, and the range on them is so good. Then he's got 2 units of Sandstalkers, which again ambush, and I wasn't really sure how I was going to deal with them. My usual approach to dealing with ambushers, based on what you told me going into Art of War, you told me if you have an ambusher, it doesn't matter if the ambush is actually any good, but it causes the opponent to change their game plan. So my counter game plan to the ambush is just don't deal with them, don't prep for them, don't plan for them, just continue with the plan.
Especially with Sandstalk as well, because they're like no one knows they change. They're like one of the ones that changes a lot. So whether it's initiative or whatever, so you're like, well, let's just see. And I like these games because I do this a lot. I don't know about you, but I do this a lot where I go, well, I'll just see how bad they are. So that when we get to a tournament, I now know how bad they are, or how bad they can be. So it's not a terrible thing in these types of games in a way. They're just friendly games. On YouTube, on Warhall, just to see how bad it can be if you ignore it.
Exactly.
I quite like that as a tactic. There's a really interesting one in the next one, which is very much the same. And if you like ambushes, this is going to be your starter. And
of course, this is just your appetizer. Good stuff. Yeah. And then he's got 2 units of great vultures for chaff. Really cool. Love it.
Flying chaff.
Good list. Good list. I like this list. Nice. We played Spoils of War, which I didn't realize was still a main primary. I thought that was just like the teaser for 3.0, but it's actually in the primary as well. So I don't think I've played it in like nearly a year, but it is in there. Mutual Encroachment was the deployment as well.
Mutual Encroachment is another one where I just ignore the actual deployment bit. But if anybody else uses it, I give it there's extra respect,
Yeah. There you go. I got Slay the Beast, which meant I had to destroy his units, or one of them, basically. I really like that it's only one of them because it gives you so many options. I think it's a really achievable secondary.
Yeah, in terms of I know he's got Master of the Veil, which again for a unit, actually for him probably a little bit harder.
Not so much. Just one master. But
across the thing, there's maybe 2 or 3 that are pretty hard, and the rest are very achievable. So I don't know. That'll obviously this one goes out this week, so the same week that we're recording, but that'll obviously might change in the next month or so as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but I think Slay the Beast is very much achievable, and like you say, with only one Master Wizard with channel, Vast the Veil a bit trickier for him in this game. Lovely Warhall giving us our deployment picture, telling us what all the units are, etc. So I set up with Nashadashers on the left, Goblin Chariots inside them, Veteran Orc Marauders with the 2 characters, Iron Orcs, Trolls. I mean, I don't know why I'm really reading it out. I guess it's in case you're listening rather than watching, I suppose.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Some people do that.
Feral Orcs with the bows. Just off center. True.
In fact, actually, if you're listening to this now, stop listening. Come on to put a comment onto why you're listening and not watching.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we are not a podcast. We are a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
we have video.
But we also appreciate. I don't mean you have to do it. We appreciate that other people use YouTube in different ways. So we're very interested to hear how you listen. If you don't watch, how you listen, and whether we're actually descriptive enough to help you listen
on the audio side.
So that's interesting to us.
Absolutely. And I also want to know whether you're unloading the dishwasher now because you should have done it earlier and you were in trouble, or whether you're getting ahead of the game and getting some points. Yeah, that's important.
And do you leave the dishwasher until we've released a bat rip?
I mean, that could get you in trouble.
The dishwasher on. Very much so. Especially in the summer.
Yeah. The Feralots without bows are just on the right-hand side with the Nasher Dashers on the other flank. So I'm Nasher Dasher on the flank and everything else going in from there. My opponent's got the Skeleton Chariots on his flanks, so we're both going with a similar sort of approach in that respect. On his left, as I look at it, so his right, the Shabti Archers alongside one of the Skeleton Warriors. He's actually very symmetrical, actually, apart from he's got Skeleton Warriors. Well, he's got a random unit of archers breaking the symmetry, actually.
Yeah.
Because skeleton archers in front of the vultures. So
yeah, the chariots on the left, is that just because he ran out of space, do you think?
I think so. He just wanted to not be in the forest, really.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty much. But he corrects that pretty quickly, so it's all good. Yeah, looking forward to seeing how this one goes, really. And yeah, it's great that Warhall puts on the names of things too. So let's go. He gets first turn and he moves up his skeleton chariots. He slowly moves the other chariots out of the forest. But he's basically just getting into shooting range. So nothing too aggro at this point. The vulture's moving up to protect his archers, but he can shoot through them. So that's all fine. Because obviously UD don't suffer their modifiers, so they're all good.
Yeah.
So that's quite handy for him. He shoots with everything he's got. I'm quite surprised by how many things actually shoot. I always forget that the skeleton chariots shoot, and because of their 5-up, they're quite deceptive in that it kills a few Nashers with them, a couple of feral orcs here and there.
Deceptively shooty.
Deceptively shooty, some would say that. Doesn't kill any of the orc boars, the marauders, and gets 1 wound on the chariots with the Shabti archers, which I'm actually quite pleased about because that could have been a lot worse. I respond by hiding the chariots behind the hill because I like my chariots for late game and I don't need them getting...
you do. Yeah.
I do. I don't like them getting shot too early. I don't actually like the Nasher Dashers getting shot too early either. I think they're so useful from turn 3 onwards, the Nasher Dashers, that if they die in turns 1 and 2, I'm like devastated. I shouldn't say this really. People will be
killing them all over the place. Across the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I need my Nasher Dashers and my chariots for the later game. And as per I mentioned, I throw my trolls forward, not caring at all what is going to happen to them. They're kind of like the screen before the Iron Ox. I'm not even that bothered about the placement of the trolls. I just throw them in as far as they can go into the enemy and just let the opponent deal with them. That's kind of why.
As long as it's front facing, you don't care.
Yeah, I mean, even you'll see later on, I don't even care about front facing with the trolls that much. So other than that, I'm just getting my bows ready to shoot at his chariots and with some magic. I don't do a lot with the range on the chariots, so a bit of a bust. Do a wound to those chariots on that side. He pops up with the whatchamajiggies? What are they called? Sandstalkers.
Sandstalkers.
And yeah, you can see that I did not plan for their arrival whatsoever. I didn't know where they were going to go. I didn't even think about where they might go. I just pressed on with the game plan. It's not going to be good.
Arguably with this, like because you're hiding your chariots, you could have just faced them a different way.
Should have faced left. The only issue is if I face left, then he goes on behind them at the bottom of the screen.
So it's not like it would just change where he goes rather than. It doesn't actually change things, but it means there's a less space, I guess. But
I could have covered 2 of the angles, one with the Nasher Dashers and one with the chariots. So I could have done better than this. That is 100%.
But you kind of want the Nasher Dashers to zone him a little bit, don't you? You don't want him to just come straight up. Yeah. Although you got them, I don't know.
Although the Marauders are there as well, so arguably I didn't pay them anywhere near as much respect as I could have done.
You ignored them on purpose just to see this.
Completely disregarded. Yeah, exactly. Bit silly. Over here, he tentatively moves on his left flank, right as we're looking at it, not wanting to commit over there. I did move my Nasher Dashers out quite far out wide, off the bottom of the right of the screen in my previous turn, so that's possibly why I don't give him a chance to flank me or anything like that.
Yeah.
Bit of a stalemate there. But yeah, he's not really moving anywhere. Opens with the shooting again, kills a few more Nasher Dashers. They're obviously a good target for him. He gets Whispers of the Veil on the trolls and tries to do some wounds to them, which I'm absolutely fine with. They can take a few wounds here or there.
Yeah.
But the big story with this one is the Sandstalkers on the Marauders. I get my comeuppance for showing the Sandstalkers such little respect. The Shabti Archers shoot as well, and half my unit is gone with the Marauders. So I know that I can't sit back anymore, really, because I haven't got anything to charge the Sandstalkers. I'm going to have at least one more turn of their shooting on my Marauders. So yeah, I've kind of like given him a Marauder unit by not paying attention to the Sandstalkers. So that answers the question that if I come up against him in a tournament, I'm gonna prepare for him a bit more than this.
Yeah. I guess another way of preparing for them, quote unquote, is to have them more central. So that if he come, because he can come up anywhere though, can't he? It's not like
absolutely anywhere.
So no, it's not. It doesn't have to be. Yeah. No. So arguably, there's only so much you could do, but you could have them essentially with like their flanks kind of covered, and then something behind them. I don't. It's so hard, but as we're saying, all this stuff is stuff that then completely changes the way you would normally play with your army. So
exactly,
it's so hard to deal with sometimes.
Yeah, and we'll see as the battle goes on whether my ignoring them actually does give me an advantage in other respects, because obviously everything was facing forward. I do address them here, though. I decide to basically... I get the neophytes on, which is awesome. You know, they could have failed their ambush roll. They don't, so good lads. And I kind of do move the Nashers and the chariots so that I can deal with the stalkers. What I didn't realize, and you'll see the problem with this in the following turn, is that you only stop light troops from light troopsing if you've got a musician in your unit, and I don't have musicians in any of those units that I'm sticking in front of them.
It's a subtle.
Yeah,
musicians is a subtle thing, I think, nowadays. In that it is there. You don't bring a lot apart from this very niche
thing.
So they are an easy cut, you know.
Yeah, so at this point, when I move my units like this, I think I'm stopping his Sandstalkers from getting away. I think I've guaranteed my charges, because they can't get around the Nashers and they can't get around the chariots. I mean, arguably, I'm wrong about the chariot thing, because I'm planning on neophyting shooting the Sandstalkers to death. And that would obviously mean he was thin enough to get past the chariot. So I've kind of made an error in that respect too. But either way, I haven't got musicians. He can just light troops away, no problem. So there is that. Bring musicians, people. Over on the other flank and kind of in the middle, I've got the trolls marching forward. They don't care. The Iron Orcs are coming up slowly, and the Marauders. With the chariots and the impact hits, I just couldn't go gung-ho with my Marauders, even though I was being shot at. I mean, I think I've dealt with the Sandstalkers, so I think I've got my Marauders safe. And I just think I've got one more turn before I can trigger that charge, and I'm kind of hoping to get the war cry off and the Orc hereditary spell to give the Marauders an extra charge and stuff like that. But obviously I'm wrong about Sandstalkers at this point, so there is that. Okay, going into shooting, and my neophytes fail me. They fail me. I'm throwing 40 shots, hitting on fives. I know fives does mean that you lose a fair few hits, but my hits weren't the problem. I just didn't wound.
Yeah, what are you wounding on? Are they res 4?
I think I was wounding on fives as well, as opposed to sixes.
So do they have armor at all?
Nah, nothing. Nothing really.
So yeah, you should do like 3 or 4, I think.
Maybe they have 5 up. I don't know. He didn't get to armor. I just didn't roll very well.
Yeah. If you roll
and the chariots don't help much either. So I mean, considering those neophytes have killed a helpet in one turn.
Yeah, man.
I was I killed the helpet of Paul's in our last battle with this.
When they like do 2 or 3 things where they only overachieve, like that's the norm. Then it becomes. So you're like, what?
Yeah. Why is there still 2 units of Sandstalkers? I was going to shoot one and then shoot the other one as well, even though that's illegal. But so I've fudged up in 2 respects there. And this is how you see the Sandstalker just go, see ya. And I've now got 3 units in the corner doing absolutely jack. No offense to Jack, the various Jacks.
You do. If I move myself, you do see the last turns shooting on the chariots, though.
Yes, I managed to take the chariot down a little bit.
A bit pyro flow as well. Do you have a mage over there?
Yeah, I've got pyro and shamanism. Both of the shamans are in the archers currently, the feral orc archers at the moment, the left of the 2 most feral units. But they have been switching between the 2 to get a better shot willy nilly. In his turn, a lot's happening really. He moves the Sandstalkers round. He gets the Great Vultures in to chaff the Marauders. of whatever's left of them after the Sunstalkers have their second run. He doesn't charge the trolls with anything, obviously not taking my bait. Not that it's a huge amount of bait, because I don't actually think he can get through them in one go, but he might make them run, and then the Iron Orcs can do stuff. But the vultures are there, so they're kind of stopping me do much with them anyway. He brings up his entombed skeletons and just plonks them in front of my feral orcs. And I was thinking to myself, I'm not actually too bothered about that. Not bothered about that at all, because that kind of actually stops his skeleton warrior unit, which is scary because it got a non-mark and giving him all sorts of synergy in that unit. It kind of stops him from coming at me that much. So I don't actually intend on using my feral orcs aggressively. I'm just planning on picking off the chariots and then kind of just surviving over there. And the fact that he's given me his entombed skeletons as well, I kind of think I'm going to pick up those points eventually and just delay that other skeleton warrior unit and just not fight over there. So I was kind of all right with that. But yeah, and obviously my chariots and gnashers are still flapping in the wind in the bottom left. So there is that. But that was his turn, his movement. Lots going on. And I countercharge with these. I changed my mind from delaying things because I kind of think I've got to get rid of them because I don't want to lose I don't want to lose the opportunity to kill the chariots. Because he's obviously, this is where I mean with the hereditary. He gets off these buffs on that skeleton warrior unit in front of the trolls. I let them both go because I don't care. I'm not planning on fighting them. I'm not planning on charging the trolls in. And chariots are back. And I'm like, all that effort with all that pyro and stuff. And so there's that. But yeah, so I decide I've got to charge this ambushing skeleton unit and get rid of it so that I can get my free shots on the chariots. I could have still seen them with magic anyway, but you know what it's like. You just feel like get some points there and get back to plan A. Otherwise, the Iron Orcs charge one unit of vultures. What's left of the marauders, which is quite a lot considering how many he killed the first time around. Didn't kill many with his Sunstalkers the second time around. I charge into the vultures, and I'm kind of thinking if I can get the hereditary off, I might even be able to overrun into the chariots behind. Which would be amazing if I can do that. I need like an 11 or 12. It's not easy, but with that quadruple maximized overrun. Man. I don't think it's quadruple actually. It's but anyway.
But
there is a chance if I can catch the chariots without impact. It's well worth an opportunity. So go for that as well. We'll see how these ones pay off. Everything succeeds because it's not far to go for the actual charges, which is good. And I move my chariots up behind the Sunstalkers at the bottom. The neophytes are really slow. Like I will not say many bad things about the neophytes apart from their shooting's crap. In this battle, only this battle. But what I will say is because I stuffed up and moved them in the corner and the Sunstalkers just light trooped away, my neophytes are now really out of position and they can only move 8 inches a turn and they just can't get back into the game. I don't think we really see them do much the rest of the game, but we'll see. Otherwise, my magic, because I've moved my shamans into the bow unit, I go crazy on this chariot unit. I'm not having any hereditary spell bringing them back this time. They take a pyro flow, they take a fireball, and they take a swarm of insects, and they're gone. No more UD hereditary for them.
That's a great phase, to be fair.
Absolutely, getting all three off is awesome. I think it means I can't get my hereditary off on the marauders on the other side.
Sure. And, he's saving his dice for that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't make the overrun with marauders after killing the vultures, unfortunately. Not into the chariots, anyway. The Iron Orcs, however, do... Go on.
The plus point is that they look like they're more than 2 inches or whatever, or like an extra swift stride, right? So, like, it might not have been enough.
No, anyway. I don't think unless I was converting like a 1 to a 6 or something with that. So I didn't move far. The Iron Orcs do overrun into the Shabti archers, which is really cool. And because my trolls are chapping his main skeleton block, the Iron Orcs have got a whole turn or two to get through the Shabti archers, which is really nice. In my previous turn, I kill all. Is this my previous turn? No, this is the overruns. So this is post combat. Yeah. I kill all but the standard bearer of the entombed skeletons, which is interesting because I'm thinking, well, this is going to mean he's going to charge his skeleton warriors in, and then we're going to have a real battle because my ferals now don't have any decent weapons because they've used them on
Sure,
the
yeah,
first fight.
second because of that one guy, yeah.
I was a little bit worried about that because I thought I might lose my Nashers and my ferals and possibly an overrun into the other ferals. Might have lost the whole flank by leaving one skeleton alive.
Sure.
Ugh.
But we'll see.
But we'll see. Otherwise, I move my Nashers and chariots and everything to deal with the Sandstalkers still. And his response to dealing with that, because I've got everything in combat, is to basically just get ready to shoot my chariots with his Sandstalker. I think this is after he shot with my chariot. His chariots, done a few wounds. Didn't do many to the chariots, which is very lucky on my part. Otherwise, he charges his skeleton chariots into the marauders, and obviously we'll get 3d3. I think it's 3d3 plus 3 impact hits on my marauders, which isn't great. But I went for the overrun, didn't get it. So there you go.
Yeah. Does that mean he chose not to go into the trolls or the skeletons?
Correct. He's just not going in. Just not going in. I think there's a different picture and possibly the next one of that right flank as we're looking at it. But yeah, he just decides, he weighs it up. I think he needs a 4 to get into the ferals over here on the dice. And he weighs it up and he measures and he actually works out that if he goes for moving forward 4 inches instead of failed charge 4 inches, then he's better off. Less vulnerable, basically. He wasn't throwing bad after good for the entombed skeletons, basically. It does mean my ferals get to recharge their spears and whatnot. So there's that. But yeah, it was his call. Fair enough. This was a surprise. I weathered the impact hits. I do lose a character. I think one of my characters goes down to their normal attacks because now I've just got a Marauder standard bearer and the Warlord left, who takes 1 wound. But yeah, he didn't roll very well with his impact hits, and it was actually his normal attacks that did most of the damage to my Brood Alpha, who doesn't have a lot of defense. Like, I don't put any defense on him, so that's why he went down so easily to chariot combat. Really lucky to still have a Marauder unit on the table. And of course, his Sandstalker's facing the wrong way, and I've now got a turn to move them. So that was one of those things where you charge in and it goes wrong. So couldn't ask for more there. My turn, I charge my chariots into the Sandstalkers because I may as well, because I left them with a fraction on the hill, which was important, obviously. For seeing over the hill. I put my Nashers into the flank of his skeletons on the right because they'd want to do their classic survive 1 turn and stop him moving in his turn thing. I've only got 5 Nashers, so it's a bit risky as to whether they can hold them up. And he's got a lot of ranks there. So we'll have to see how that goes. I didn't realize the Sandstalkers had stand and shoot. So my chariots go in. And I lose one of them to a stand and shoot, and nearly lose 2. I've actually got 4 wounds on each chariot, so not quite lose 2. But it does mean I've only got 2d6 plus 2 impact hits rather than 3. I'm thinking, is that going to be enough to kill the Sandstalkers? We'll find out. The trolls, like I say, they turn to the flank because they don't care about the skeletons going in the flank. And I'm also threatening his wizard master by turning that way with the trolls. And I will charge my trolls in to kill the wizard master if he doesn't now deal with them. So
you're almost forcing his hand,
I'm forcing him to come into them now because I will go after the master and not worry about the skeletons with it. So
I'll tell you what, you are
just move around.
You are absolute. You got so much faith that your Nashers are going to survive.
Oh, I need it. I'll tell you what.
Showing the rear of your ferals. That is baller.
I know. It's worked for me before. Why would it ever not work?
Yeah,
why would it not work?
Yeah,
exactly. Why wouldn't it? My Orcs are doing a good job on the Shabti archers. They're just tough, so it takes a few turns. And he's got some buffs off there. But yeah, I'm losing a few Iron Orcs, which I could do without losing because I don't have many of them. But yeah, all good in that respect. Chariots pull out the awesome impact hitness. I think I got
from
a fair few impact hits, to be fair. I think so, because I don't lose any wounds back. So I must have done pretty well. I mean, I've got flaming swords, so plus 1 to wound is always handy, as I was wounding on 2s with my impact hits, which is awesome. And I get enough that Sandstalkers.
And I imagine at that point it's AP2. They're not gonna have much armor left at all.
No, if anything, exactly. Yeah. And maybe they'd regen, but that would go from flaming swords as well. So whatever. Iron Orcs deal with the Shabties, which is awesome. So I turn to face the skeletons, making sure my trolls are still chaffing. So I'm quite happy about that. Really cleared out a whole of his back line there. And the Nashers are ready to support. So I'm feeling quite good about my position.
Yeah.
But we need to see if the Nashers on the other side hold on.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Woo!
Oh my
1 for 1, baby.
Yeah.
I leave one of his alive. He leaves one of mine alive. It's all good. Yeah. So really nice there. I think overall over here, that's just the Shabty Archer's dying. He does charge my trolls. Can't quite shut the door.
This is just showing that you can. This is counters in combat now, doesn't it? So because of the way you wheel, it doesn't stop you getting in, even if you can't get in. So
even if you can't shut the door and everything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's fine. He'll stop my troll charge basically with that. Otherwise, the Sandstalkers just move around to try and deal with the chariots again. And his other warriors have just got to stay there because they've still got Nasher to kill, which is awesome for my feral bows. So, he shoots at the chariots, puts them down to 3 wounds left on the unit, but still alive. So happy enough. Get some magic off on my trolls and everything as well. And I think that's just a picture of the Nasher Dasher still surviving for the moment because he dies.
And then he dies,
as you'd expect.
But well done. Yeah. Well done. He's done his job.
Well done. Exactly. Did exactly what I needed him to. Over here, the trolls, like I say, they lose the combat obviously and they run, but he only kills 1. So I've still got a unit of trolls after all that. So they're double chaff. They're like 2 units of chaff because they don't die to the first one. So I love it in that respect. And he moves to face the Iron Orcs, which is cool. Well, that's his turn. So his warriors on the right haven't done anything, which is great. So I can now consider whether I want to go in with my ferals, which I don't. I'm obviously not going to fight them. I do get the flaming swords off on the ferals on the right to try and make him a little bit scared of going in himself.
And you rally with the trolls.
I rally with the trolls, so they're right back in the game. There was a moment where I was a little bit worried that the trolls were going to get in the way of the chariot, because now I'm thinking the chariot can go after his wizard master. Obviously not impact hits, but you never know. A few wolf attacks and goblins on a wizard master might not be very defended. Otherwise, I'm just thinking I can't get the Iron Orcs away from this skeleton unit. There's Nomarchs in there who are going to be a problem. I think he's got 2 Nomarchs in that unit. So that unit is really good. Really good. I know it's just core skeleton warriors, but don't be deceived. They're really good. Can't remember the exact synergies, but it's cool. He doesn't charge over here, so Flaming Swords does the job, which is amazing because we're obviously near the end of the battle now. He does charge with the bows into the flank of my trolls, which in theory I'm not bothered about, but we'll see how that plays out.
He takes a few DTs from the ruins, does he?
A couple, but he's got skeletons for days, so it's nothing to worry about. And he charges in his skeleton unit into my Iron Orcs, and we're gonna have a fight there. Get spectral blades off as well, which is the one weakness that those skeletons would have had if it weren't for the fact that their synergy is awesome with the Nomarchs. And he moves his spectral blades. No Sandstalkers. And you might notice the Sandstalkers, I had a turn of neophyte shooting again that did nothing to them. So the neophytes have got a big thumbs down in this one, boys and girls.
It looks like it went through the trolls as well.
Yes, went through the trolls. Combat res did it, and he caught them. I just didn't run this time.
Fair.
So, I mean, the trolls have only got 2 attacks back. One model, 2 attacks.
They're not offensive. Are they?
No, exactly. This is a bit of a tit for tat on the combat, really. You can see the arrows. Ignore those arrows because I actually changed my mind about what I do in the next picture, I think. But it just holds the combat here. I haven't got many Iron Orcs left, though. That's an issue. And so I think if we go to the next picture, I decide to only charge my Nashers into the flank. The Warlord has been Sandstalkered because he can target the Warlord with his shooting. Because there wasn't enough Marauders left. So I've only got 1 standard bear Marauder, and I decided not to charge him because I feel like it's a waste of his points. And so I charged the Nasher Dashers in. Charging the Nasher Dashers in was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Do you want to work out why? This hasn't been revealed yet.
Yeah, we'll let
I mean, you know the rest of the
audience
pictures.
do it. I know it,
but
so
yeah. I mean, yeah. I get loads of spells off. I do some Pyroflow on the Sandstalkers, which is nice, but I know I can't kill them because I've got no ranged anywhere near it. Yeah, that's just ready for the combat. I get Flaming Swords on the Iron Orcs to give them a chance. It's not enough. His skeletons kill most of the Iron Orcs. I flee with the Iron Orcs, and they're going to give away their full points because of having so few left.
Yeah.
The issue is the Nashadashers don't kill enough to help me win the combat, and they probably weren't ever going to. And because they were there, he can overrun, or he can pursue
them,
the
so they didn't die either.
It
would have been great if they just died.
Exactly.
That would have been just as good.
Yep. But he pursues the Nashadashers, and it means he can overrun to the chariot. I mean, arguably the chariot point isn't huge, but I just bleed a lot of points in this last stage of the battle. And so really I should just kept my Nashadashers out of there. He would have had to have gone after the Iron Orcs, which he'd got points for anyway.
You could have potentially gone for the Sandstalkers as well as a different option, but
yeah. But anyway. There you go. Chariot dies, of course, and I think that's about it, really. Oh no, the other important thing is that I've moved my shamans into the middle of the board to stop him winning Master of the Veil. Because why not? He didn't have a turn to stop me, so I just got my 2 channels into the middle of the board. He only had 1 channel there. Because I'm playing Master of the Veil correctly now, Tommy. I win the secondary because I've killed his most expensive something. Don't remember what it was. I don't remember what it was, but I win secondary. He does not. Spoils, we were drawn, so no one won that because I think there was an equal amount of scoring combat. I think I killed the Shabti Archers, he killed my Iron Orcs.
So it was a fun and interesting game. It looked like
amazing game. I enjoyed it from start to finish. My opponent was brilliant, so thank you, Circle Hippie. There you go. I actually looked his name for that one to make sure I got it right.
Smooth.
So showing respect at the end.
Smooth.
He was brilliant. We had a good laugh. Very tactical, actually. There were a lot of like should I, shouldn't I moments, and weighing up whether it was the best option or not. At the time, I didn't think the Nasher charge into the skeletons was a problem, but looking at it in hindsight, it lost me a lot of points at the end of the game.
Always like chatting to the opponent afterwards of the game.
He's a really cool guy.
So. I think you gain a lot. I think from like doing that because neither are you bothered. Obviously, you hold some like tactics back at the start of the game or mid game, but like at the end, you're like, oh, this is what I would do. I think it's really cool.
Exactly.
But you ended up a 9-11, did you?
Yes, I won the secondary to pull it back from a 12-8 on victory points. So I was gutted. I wasn't gutted because that's the wrong word because I really enjoyed the whole game and I didn't mind losing it. I would have loved to have snuck a 10-10 because I think I did enough tactically to deserve a draw. But this is a Paul Godbold draw anyway. So,
it is.
I mean, my opponent played well. So.
15-5.
Yeah, a draw, maybe even a 16. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I was pleased to win secondary because that shows I was putting my head in the right place. I would have won primary if I could have got the Iron Orcs out of there in some respect, which is possibly why I threw the Nashadashers in the first place to try and keep the spoils of war alive.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, please give us some comments about your dishwasher antics and about that game. If you want to join us in the 100 Club, we need you to be available. If you can come over to England, more specifically Northamptonshire or Bedfordshire, then please do, because we'll give you a game in person, which would be amazing. Don't care if it costs you thousands, just come over and join the 100 Club.
What's more important at the end of the day? You spend thousands of pounds coming to Northampton in England.
Yeah.
Or
the place to be.
Yeah.
Or
us attempting to reach our 100 Club. I mean, it's a given, isn't it? Really? So while we all ponder on that and you type in your YouTube things, thank you very much. See it. Check us out on all the socials, etc., etc. Thank you to our sponsors.
All them.
See you later.
I'm just doing magic hippie hands.
Magic. See you later.
In a circle.
Circle, see you later.